Today on MTG Unpacked, we're taking a look at my very first PCG graded card returns. So I sent out a whole bunch of cards, actually 20 cards, for grading near the end of May 2025. I took advantage of the PCG special they had going, where you could get the express service for only $19.95. So normally it is $49.95 US at time of filming. So they were able to get these done in just over a week after the cards arrived at their offices. And I was surprised to find I actually got 2 boxes back. So one of these is heavier than the other one. We'll leave this fancy looking box till later. It's actually got some stitching around the edges, not just plain old cardboard. So we'll pop that one up in the corner. So premiercardgrading.com, and just, there we go, express 20 cards there. So there are actually 19 cards in this box. I do know the grades. I looked them up online. You can actually see through each step of the process. You can see when your cards arrive, when they're grading, when they're doing the metal labels, and then when they're shipping back to you. So let's see what we've got here. We'll start off with this one. Very cool. And you can see Survival of the Fittest. So this is one I actually pulled from an Exodus pack ages ago. If you missed that video, link in the corner. And we got a 9.5 gem mint. So a little bit hard to see here with the glare. We do have some tight fitting sleeves on here, but I'll leave those on there. So very cool. So where did we get dinged? Pretty much across the board, and corners were a little bit worse. Okay, so 3 9.5s and a 9. Not too shabby. That's actually pretty good for a card of that age. Then we have a fun one here. You can tell some of these I graded purely for nostalgia. Jackalope Herd I also pulled from Exodus. So this only got an 8.5. But it did get perfect centering. We've got 8 edges, 9 surface, 8.5 corners. But this was the first one I pulled. And the patrons might find that familiar, because new patrons get a signed one of those for their first month as a patron. All right, moving on to something even spicier here. So we have a Noxious Gearhulk. This is one of the Kaladesh inventions. And we got a 9. Okay, 10 on the centering, 9 on the corners, 9 edges, 8.5 surface. Not too shabby. And I can't remember, I don't think I pulled that one. I think I probably got that from Mr. Bevers or another YouTuber through one of their boxes. Now this one is awesome. Maelstrom Pulse, an armanette invocation, and it is a 9. Okay, so 9.5 on the centering edges. Ooh, dinged on the edges there. 8.5, 9.5 surface, 9 on the corners. Very cool. So I do like to collect these. Thought I'd finally get them graded. I know a bunch of them are only like 20 or 30 bucks, but it's more about preserving the memories here. Then we have Vindicate. Oh, another armanette invocation. And we got another 9. Okay, so 8.5 edges. What was... Okay, so it's similar... Actually, yeah, same as the previous one. Alright, so a 9. So generally 9 and above is what you're hoping to get when you're grading. Usually like 8-ish is pretty much not worth much more than an ungraded card. Then we have, oh, this one's fun. Rudy Gem Keeper. So this is one of the special flesh and blood things from the Gem Keeper promo that Rudy had running early on years ago. We got a 9.5. There is Rudy sitting on the throne. Yes, we got a 10 on the centering and edges, 9 on corners, 9.5 surface. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that one. That will go nicely with the other pieces in that collection. There's all this Rudy equipment. Then we have pink visor. All right, so this is another one of the equipments. We got a 9 on this. Oh, the surface. I think this was the one. You can't really tell here because they have an inner sleeve, and these things are pretty almost watertight apparently. So surface, I think this was the one that was a little bit scuffed. So, all right, probably not too surprising there. Next, we have a diamond. Okay, so this is another one of these Rudy cold foil promos. We've got a 9 on that one. So 9 on centering edges, surface 9.5 on corners. Still a very cool piece for the collection. And then we have Cavern of Souls. So this one I got from my local game store. He was handing out promos and he's like, you know what, you spend so much here. So here you go. It is a fantastic 9.5 gem mint. So 210 centering and corners, 9 on edges, and 9.5 on surface. And that's sort of like a neon yellowy color. I think it looks a little green though on the camera here, but according to the card number, it's supposed to be yellow. All right, moving right along. Next up, oh yes, my favorite jeweled lotus textured foil mythic. You might remember when we pulled this one. If you missed that video, link in the corner. Here it is, fantastic. We did only get a 9 though. Oh, the centering was a little bit bad. Surface was top notch. Corners and edges, a little bit of a letdown there. Okay, so jeweled lotus, that is probably the crown jewel, so to speak, of my collection. Then we have extra planar lens, Kaladesh invention. This was another one. I think it was either a mystery box or Mr. Bevis. I can't remember. So we got a 9. Not too shabby. These Kaladesh inventions are awesome. All right. Next, what do we got here? This is another invocation. We have choke. So this one we pulled from a pack. So there we go. We've got a 9 here. Corners a little bit shabby. Okay, fair enough. Edges, surface, centering. All right. So yeah, we're getting tons of 9s. I'm pretty happy. And actually, I waited years to grade a lot of this stuff because I did not like the waiting time and pricing for PSA and BGS. But when this special came along, I could not resist. So next we have Wrath of God. I think this was another one pulled from a pack. We've got a 9. Okay, so 9.5. Ah, the corners and surface were a little bit crappy there. Never mind. Okay, this one is Alice Growing Girl from Lorcana, Rise of the Floodborn. A couple of these I will be attempting to sell on eBay. This will probably be one of them. Oh, 9.5. Yes, centering and surface and corners. Only the edges were dinged a little bit. Okay, but still I like the nice gold label here. So that is... Okay, so you get more of a silver with the 9, and the 9.5 gets gold there. All right. And these are metal labels, so laser etched metal labels. You don't see that with the other grading companies. Next up, we've got Mana Confluence. So this one, I think, was a mystery box thing from Redbeard, another YouTuber. We've got an 8.5. Oh dear, what was the problem here? Corners 8, 8.5 edges, surface and centering, yeah. So, like I said, I did notice a bunch of the imperfections before I sent this stuff off for grading. But a lot of these are more nostalgia things, just preserving the memories here. Next up, we've got Intomb. Okay, Invocation, it is a 9. Way dinged on the edges, alas. Okay, so yeah, other stuff was not too bad. So we have 3 more here. Then we'll find out what is in the big box there. Omniscience, another invocation. I think this was another one I pulled. Ah, yeah, this one. I'm pretty sure. Was this the one? No, okay. Surface 9.5. It says edges 8.5, corners 8. Ooh. Alright, I'll have to pay closer attention to that next time. So an 8.5 near mint plus for Omniscience. Alright, and next up we have Liliana Dreadhorde General. So this is the Japanese card. Yes, pristine 10. Look at that. We were only let down with the edges. And if it was straight 10s across the board, we would have got another one of those. But anyhow, so this is an Amano, artist name there. Very famous piece of magic artwork there. So a pristine 10, mythic. Pretty happy about that one. And what do we got? One more here. This one, this is a definite nostalgia thing. I think this was another mystery box. So this is actually an alpha non-foil uncommon Orcish Oriflamme. And it got a 2. Ooh, brutal. So perfect centering at least. The corners were terrible. Yeah, there was quite a bit of edge wear on the corners. The edges as well, all the way around. Surface got a 6. So, yeah, a fair 2. Actually, I think that, yeah, they changed it. Online it said poor. I think they've changed their grading scale. So now poor is 1, I think, and then fair is 2. All right, so that is about what I was expecting. So let's move things out of the way here. The final box, this thing is very fancy, like a sort of a faux leather type thing with stitching around the edges. All right, let's see what it is. I do know what this is. It is fantastic. It is One Piece. We have Trafalgar Law. Let's take it out of here. It's even got a little indentation there for it. Pristine 10. Straight 10s across the board. And this one, actually, they've changed their grading scale. So this would be a flawless 10, I think they're calling them. And you do get the, supposedly, a 24 karat gold plated label there. So that is fantastic. This is one I'll probably be putting up on eBay. So that is awesome. It's even gold on the other side. That is fantastic. Yeah, so you get the gold treatment. If you get straight 10s across the board, pretty sure BGS and PSA don't do anything like this. So we'll pop that back in there. So those are my graded card returns from the end of May 2025. Let me know in the comments what you think about the PCG slabs compared to BGS or PSA, for instance. Or is there some other company you like their slabs more? Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy out there. Thanks for watching and have a great day.